Hey there, fellow travelers, Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here at Lago de Coatepeque here in El Salvador. And today we're going to answer your questions about safety here in El Salvador, because when we got here, I put a little thing up on Instagram, I put a thing up on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, and I asked, hey, what are the questions that you have about visiting El Salvador? And by and large, the majority of the questions had to deal with safety. For those of you who don't know, El Salvador was ranked as the murder capital of the world, I think in 2017. And so it is one of those things, you're like, wait, do I go there if it's going to be that dangerous? Because you know us, we don't go where it's too dangerous to go. But we've talked to so many tourists that came here and had such a wonderful time and didn't have any of these issues, we decided to do our own research and come and check it out on our own. And the thing is a lot of that violence, a lot of that murders and things like that, that was a gang-on-gang violence. Okay, this is usually not happening in the tourist areas. This is more confined to like San Salvador and other big cities in certain parts of town. For tourists in general, you will be probably okay when you are here. And if you actually look at the US government, they used to say, avoid traveling to El Salvador, okay? And now it's moved up. It's not at the bottom anymore. It's the second from the bottom, which isn't perfect, but it is better than it was. And so what I want to do is give you some safety tips if you are going to be coming here, okay? And the thing is, a lot of it really does deal with being in San Salvador, being in the big cities, especially at night. If you've got to be in one of the cities and you're going to go out to dinner and things like that, don't walk home. Get a taxi back to your hotel or your condo or wherever you're staying. You want to do it that way. You don't want to be walking out late at night in those big cities, okay? But if you're like in a smaller town like Suchitoto, you'll be fine in the evening time. I mean, just use your usual common sense, okay? So do have a heads up for that. But the big cities, evening time, definitely take taxis back. Also ask your hotel, hey, is there any places we shouldn't be going? Because most of that crime is happening in places that tourists don't go. But if you want to go adventure there, well, bad things can happen, okay? So if you're staying near the tourist areas, you're probably going to be okay. But I will say this, don't make yourself a target. Don't be wearing the bling and stuff like that. Don't make it obvious that you're not from around here and things like that. Because that makes you a target, and that makes you a target anywhere in the world. So here, you know, don't wear the bling, don't have the extra stuff. Dress like you're comfortable and be comfortable, because it's hot here. It's very hot here, okay? So make sure you're comfy, have your t-shirt on, and enjoy life. Throw on your flip-flops, except if you're gonna be actually hiking, then wear some better shoes. But in general, you should be okay when you're here. I mean, we haven't felt uncomfortable at all during our time here, but we have not been going to the big cities at night. So I just wanted to give you that heads up. Now let's look at some things that really may affect you if you are a tourist in terms of safety, okay? And really a lot of it actually comes to the beach. Now I'm not talking about this beach here. We're in the middle of a volcano. Okay, this is a volcanic lake. This is in the caldera. But if you're on the beach with surfing and stuff like that, there are some safety things there. The biggest one is the sun. I mean, you need to make sure you're putting on that sunblock often. Have that hat as well. Everybody needs to have it when you are here. Okay, you want to make sure you have that. Also, bug spray, because the bugs here will eat you alive. Night, day, any time of the year, they're going to be here. Okay, so have a heads up for that. But probably the most dangerous part when you're at the beach are the currents. Okay, if you see the tides coming in and it's high tide and stuff like that, there's really strong tides coming back out, okay? So don't go in the water during high tide. Ask, when should I go to the beach? When shouldn't I go to the beach? Because if you go when it's bad timing, it can be very, very dangerous. So don't do that. And the thing is, you have tons of beaches to choose from. Yes, there is El Tunco, which is probably the most popular one for tourists, but there's a lot more beaches along the coast here that you can go and enjoy that black volcanic soil or black volcanic sand. It is really great beach time. Now, next thing I want to talk about is hotel safety. Look, obviously, the more you're paying for your hotel, probably the safer it's going to be. So have a heads up for that. But make sure if there's a safe, make sure you're putting your passports in there and things like that. Put your documentation, have that locked up. I mean, when we came to El Salvador, I didn't bring my laptop, I didn't bring my wedding ring and stuff like that. And so, you know, maybe do the same. Okay, again, it goes into not making yourself that target. So we kind of put those things away. So when you're looking up your hotels, make sure you're reading the reviews to see what you might be missing or any other things like that for safety. That's really important. And don't be surprised if you're staying in a little compound. When you come in, the person that's checking you in might have a shotgun right there. That's how things work here, so just have a heads up for that. Now, another thing I want to talk about is transportation safety. Look, this is a bus country. You're going to be taking buses all around, usually an old US school bus that might be painted green and white, or other things like that. You're going to be going around. Make sure you try to keep your bags with you when you are getting on the bus. if they don't let you, you have to put your bag underneath the bus or above the bus. Whenever they make stops, make sure you're looking to make sure your bag isn't wandering off without you, okay? So have a heads up there. Another safety thing, some people will take the, I guess you'd call them the pickup truck rides, where it's like a pickup and they have a bar that people just stand up and hold on to while it drives down the street. Obviously there's an accident or they stop too quick, you could get really hurt or worse. So do be careful with that, okay? Now, if you're gonna be doing hikes around here, I already talked about the sun, and you go higher up there, it's gonna be bad, but make sure if you're gonna be hiking the volcanoes and stuff like that, use an escort, go in a group just to be safe for these kind of things, because you might get lost, there might be other stuff, but you do wanna have a heads up for that. And the thing is, this is always important, anywhere you go, to make sure you use your usual travel sense, you know, put your wallet in your front pocket, don't be overzealous with your money and flash it around and stuff like that. Those common things you use anywhere else in the world, you're gonna use them here. And the thing is, if someone tries to rob you, don't fight back, just give it to them. You can get a new phone, you can get a new wallet, you can get a new everything except for you, okay? So just let them have it, you'll be okay, okay? You can always come back and get new pictures and new videos and new stuff, but you can't get a new you, all right? So don't just please just let them have it, all right? And the thing is, when you come to El Salvador, that moniker of the world's murder capital does hang like very heavy on you as a tourist, because you do get more worried. But the thing is, if you're staying in tourist areas, using local guides and drivers and stuff like that, you should be fine. Now, I'm not going to say you're not going to get robbed. You know what? People get robbed in the US, they get robbed in Stockholm, they get robbed here. But I just want you to know that it's not as horrible as everyone makes it sound, but you do need to be careful, but not like not come here careful. So just have a heads up. I hope this helps you know a bit more. We've got some more helpful stuff like what you should know before you come here. I actually filmed our 10 shocks of El Salvador right here. We've got the don'ts of visiting El Salvador, stuff for the food, all kinds of things. Oh, another safety thing, don't drink the tap water here, okay? Just give the heads up for that one. Might be a bit dangerous if you do, all right? So have a good time. I wish you a best time if you do come to El Salvador. We've really enjoyed our time, and we hope you do too. Bye from here in El Salvador.